Hey Stamp friends, welcome to the Joy Stamp with Rachel. I'm Rachel Kuhn and today is episode 17 of the Scrap series. This is our scrapbooking keeping series between myself and 3 other friends, and each week we come out with a new video to share with you on ideas and tips and tricks of how to scrapbook using the supplies from our online stores. So be sure to shop with the demonstrator that you have currently are shopping with, myself, Candace, Linda, or Amelia, and then just look at the links below throughout the rest of the month to get the links to their videos as well. This month our theme is Halloween. Could you guess it based off of the paper I have here? This is the Spooky Sweet Designer Series paper, and these are the 2 papers that I wanted to feature a little bit in our video today. As you may remember, I am non-traditional. I do a scrapbook that's more of a pocket style, so I will use a pocket page in order to show you how to scrapbook today. My fellow scrappers, they used a 12 by 12 layout, and they give great inspiration and tips of how to use those. So when you look at this, like this is a 12 by 12 sheet of Designer Series paper, I will go ahead and cut these type of papers up in order to fit in my pocket style scrapbooking. I'm loving this one because it has these great already built in background designs. Like it has this awesome framing here. This one has a cute little door, like little trick-or-treaters could be going here. It has a graveyard fence line. I just love all these scenery Halloween pieces here. And then let me move over to the die page. This Designer Series paper came with not 1 but 2. Let me get it up so you can see it really well. Of these dies, which are just amazing. These sheets of them, and all you have to do, there's 3 of each usually. Sometimes you get little bonuses, but most of them have 3 of each. Like the trees only have 2. There's only like 1 banner, but you get 2 sheets of this. So whatever you're seeing, times that by 2. So like our little friends down here show 3. The DSP come with 6. So there's so many possibilities to use these dies. The great thing about these dies is that they're already colored. They're already inked. They're already die cut out, so all you have to do is just kind of pull and push them out a little bit from the paper that's keeping it protected, and they're ready to be used. So love this idea for the sake of time, for the sake of designing. It is awesome. The other Halloween item I suggest you to get if you are not a card maker but you still really like Halloween is our kit we have as well. I was tempted to use this one in our video today for our scrapbooking, but I really love that Spooky Sweet Designer Series paper. But if you're a Halloween lover, definitely add this kit while it still is available. It's while supplies last. It's a great one to have little treat holders because that's what we usually give out at Halloween. So I love the idea of this kit as well. And the colors coordinate, which is just perfect. All right, let's get all the pieces that I will be using. I'm going to try to incorporate these Shimmer Star foam stickers. I also have picked out my page layout. So this is the page protector. So this way I know what sizes I need. And I don't like to put it in here. I usually like to use this as my layout guide, saying, hey, these are the spaces I need to fill, which is great. And then let me grab all of my pieces in and talk a little bit about them. Oh, and I used dies this time. These are the Nested Essential dies, and these ones are the rounded corners rectangle ones. Let me get them close. You see that are stitched. There's 4 in this set. I use 3 of them, and I use it for paper and for photos. So that's my tip for the day. Don't forget to die cut your photos. If you have a Stampin' Emboss and Cut machine, totally grab your dies and start running those photos through. All right, here comes the photos. You can see what we're working with. For the not last year, but for 3 years in a row, my daughters and I were the Sanderson sisters from Hocus Pocus. So through 3 years from 2020 all the way to 2023, this is what we were every year for Halloween. I said that first year, if we're going to do this, we're going to commit to this, and this is going to be our Halloween costume for the next, as long as the oldest was still living in the house kind of thing. So there's myself, there's my oldest, Brooklyn, and there's my daughter, Avonlea. This was the first year. And it's funny because I have probably 3 different years in here, maybe at least 2 of these. And we kind of morph a little bit over the years, but for the most part, we look very similar. All right. So this will be one of my photos. Here's a piece of designer series paper that I have cut. And you'll see on the back side has our cute scenic background of that spooky Halloween trick-or-treat look there. So for this one, I'm going to put this one on front. And in just a second, I'll attach this as well. But we're just going to lay things out and then we'll start assembling. For these next 2, I need 3x4. So I cut out 2 pieces of 3x4. And I have them the same kind. So candy on one side and this kind of like a black and orange sketchy look on the other. My plan is to have one on the right with a black and white and one candy side. That gives you an idea of how it's going to look. Let me go ahead and slide this up so you can see the whole thing. I'm already zoomed as far as I can go, or zoomed out, I should say. There we go. Okay. So again, just working on our layout here. Then what I went ahead and did was, let me show you all of my pieces. So I've die cut some more photos with that awesome Nested Essential dies. So I have 3 more photo options. This was my main photo there. Actually, I have 4 more. So I die cut each one of our individual photos out using that die there as well. And then I did a little bit of stamping with a retired set. So let me grab that out so you can see it. This is the Potions and Spells, which had the phrase "a little hocus pocus," and I had to use it. The cute stamp set we have currently that matches this or coordinates with this designer series paper, it's called Spooky Halloween. Love it, super cute. It just didn't go with my theme for the day, so I said I won't use any of these stamps, even though it coordinates beautifully and it matches those die cuts really well. So I did grab one that suited me. So I want to make sure you guys are not forgetting your retired stamps or your collection of stamps that you have to make it more special to you. Like, I love using current stuff, so you can go out and buy it as well. But I'd rather, for scrapbooking, use what you have in order to make the scrapbook the way you want it to be. Because I'm not trying to sell the scrapbook to anyone. The scrapbook's for me to keep, this page. So the little hocus pocus definitely had to be part of it, since that is our theme right here. And what I'm toying with is where I want to put these photos. I haven't decided. I'm going to do the back side as well. I could have another group photo right here with that cute little hocus pocus in front of it. Or I can even add a whole new image right here and start with doing our individual photos. So I'm going to play with this for a minute and see how that looks. But since we're witches, we also have to have some brooms, right? So for this part here, I'm going to add the brooms. And the best way I find to have brooms is to have 1 going the opposite direction and 2 going the right side. Just kind of like that fun look there. And since there's 3 of us, it makes sense for the 3. I think that looks really cute like that. I'm debating, like I said, if I should switch out that photo. But I could put my little one here of myself, a little hocus pocus. I think we're going to call this one good. That's the fun thing about having them already cut out. You can kind of just place and see before we attach. But I like that. I think that looks good. I could always embellish too with little parts of our little stars here. So let me go ahead and do some quick assembling for this one. For these brooms, I am going to use dimensionals, which I rarely use for scrapbooking, only because I don't want them to be super thick. But for this one, I feel like I just want a little bit more dimension. So I'm going to go on the back of each one of these, put 1 dimensional on the big part, and then I'm going to use the small side for the handle. So just by cutting 3 of these. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. And when I attach these, I like to go with my outside ones first in order for me to figure out where to place them. So my first broom is going to be going my far left, place down with our dimensionals. Cute. I love how it pops up. Then I'm going to do the far end one, going the same direction. And if I wanted to make sure this is all lined up nicely, I could totally grab something like this to keep it straight. If I was clever, I'd have like a ruler, right? Okay, and I'm gonna go just a little bit from that edge here. And I flopped it down too quickly, so it's kind of coming at an angle. If I want it to be straight, I can quickly raise it up. There we go. And just pull it so it's a little bit more even there. Okay, center broom. Upside down. And that way I can see my space and it looks really good there. Okay, that one's ready. This one right here, I'm gonna just use adhesive on the back of her photo. I like the Stampin' Seal Plus by just adding a little bit in each corner. I don't need to go crazy, and there's no dry time. We're gonna set that on our designer series paper. Nice. And then for this Hocus Pocus, I think I am going to put a dimensional on the back of this one as well. And we have that overlapping just on that bottom, like so, looking good. And then we'll attach these ones to the top. This one, I didn't do really much anything to. I could have probably cut it down a little bit more, created a mat, but I like that the framing of this one is going to be from that designer series paper. So I'm going to look right here on the both sides of it, give it about 1/4 of an inch, which makes sense because this is a 4x6. Let's see, photo and piece of paper. Well, this paper is actually the true one, the true digital. Okay, now we're not going to start those in. We're going to flip them over and get ready to work on the other side. Okay, now we have these photos left, and I have this cute little cauldron for witches, and now I gotta figure out what I want to do on this side. Part of me said I wanted to have like my photo up there in that window, trying to not look too creepy, right? But I love the cat, so I think I might forego my photo. We'll see. But I do like the group photo. I think that'd be super cute right here with that solid background. And it could be fun to have her photo right here, Brooklyn's, and have a little witch's pot right there. What are we thinking? Does that look good? Or should I switch hers out with mine? Because mine's a little bit smaller. Oh, but it covers up my face in the wrong spot unless I switch the sides to it. I could also add it right here, our pot, to the bottom of this photo. And that could be cute. Is there enough room for both of us on this one? If not, then I will just place her because she's way cuter than I am. Oh yeah, let's just have Brooklyn on this one. So we'll do witch's pot in this corner. No, I don't like, we will put it on this photo because look what happens. It covers up her chin. We don't want to cover up people's faces. Dresses are okay to cover, faces not so much. Okay, so then we're going to go ahead and attach our photos. And I'm using that one back up here completely just for like background paper. I know it feels like it's almost a waste because that's such a big spot for a photo, but it really adds to the scene that we're creating, and I like it just to be there. And if I wanted to, I could always try to sneak me in later, but for now, we're just going to leave it as is. The tricky part about dimensionals on one side is that it is raised now, so it makes it tricky depending on what you're going to do on the opposite side. Let's put Brooklyn's right here, lining up from one photo to the next. That looks pretty good. And then we're going to glue on our, ooh, I could glue this one on our, to have it pop up a little bit. Let's do one dimensional on this one. Let's add it right here in the pot. We'll flip this over, make it look like it's oozing out. Cute. And then we will attach this with just some adhesive. Remember, we can't put it on hers unless we put it on this far side. Nope. We're going to the witches, the three of us. Cute, cute. Let's just add a couple of these foam stars. This is where we can get some fun items in. I'm gonna do these foam stars and grab them and get them out. Are kind of tricky. They remind me of dimensionals in that the way that they come off is a little bit they're foam based, right? So let's say if I were to put like a cute little black star up here, and then I can add another little foam one down here to her, around her photo. Let's add one more little guy. So stick it in her hair. Cute, cute. Okay, I could add something to this one. I'm gonna leave it be. It's just gonna be our fun little guy. I'm gonna go ahead and add another black star though to the top of this guy to kind of have our corners looking matching here. Flip it back over. See what else we can add to this side. Oh yeah, let's do some stars over here. Let's add some Hocus Pocus star. Right there, cute. And I'll throw another purple one up here to go with our background. This is Petunia Pop, which is a shade of purple we have that is really pretty. And we'll add one more large star. Nice. All right. And that should be our layout. Should I attempt to slide it in? This is where I always goof off. Or it takes me a hot minute. So just hang in there. Now that we've added that dimension, make sure you're pulling it off so it doesn't get stuck on there. Cute. Oh, see, look, make sure I'm not flipping that, pulling that up high enough. Nice. Should I add another? Oh, I think we should have one more star. One more on our cute little broom. We'll put it up here in this far corner. Okay. Lifting it a little bit so that way it doesn't get caught on our brooms and on our other side there. Ooh, and I might have cut it a little tight. Oh, we're doing it though. It's going. Make sure I'm not. Okay. Brooklyn's photo didn't get snagged on the other side. Carefully, carefully pressing it through. Almost there. Okay, I don't want to bend the paper too much. I might need to grab my bone folder and slide it in. There we go. Did it. So cute. There we go. There's our page for our Hocus Pocus years, me and my daughters, with our cute Halloween scene. Just love this. Love the extra details from those die cuts, from that Spooky Sweet Desire series paper, and love that I have a double-sided page all ready to go into my pocket album book. I hope you guys have learned something fun about this one and go and grab of all the years or the things to scrapbook holiday-wise. Christmas and Halloween, I definitely have to say, have to be the most fun. So be sure to look at our online exclusives here this month and next month for some really fun Halloween items that I think you guys would love to scrapbook with. I hope you guys learned something new and have a great day. Happy stamping, everyone. Goodbye.